My name is Brittany Osborne, and I will be talking about my experience with Johnson City Parks and Recreation. The mission statement reads, Johnson City Parks and Recreation is committed to enhancing community well-being by providing responsive recreation opportunities, quality open space preservation of natural habitats, and innovation in all aspects of our service operation. Increase your life's value today, join a program, use a facility, experience nature, and share a smile. Enjoy a park. There are several facilities operated by Johnson City Parks and Rec, including 24 parks, 34 picnic shelters, 4 indoor basketball courts, 2 mountain bike parks, as well as several other opportunities. The history of the agency. So Johnson City is celebrating its 150th anniversary this year, but the Parks and Rec Board was only established in May 18th of 1944. Its initial purpose was to organize recreation activities and programs being held on makeshift playing fields and in warehouses. Now the department provides facilities and programming for the community. The agency is funding through city funds as well as individual business and civic club donations. The initial budget was $12,600 when it was first launched, and now the 2018 budget was nearly $6 million. As a volunteer, I worked with invasive species, specifically cattail removal. We did this at Jacobs Nature Park. Invasive species can be really harmful to a population. They can outcompete other species in that area. So we pulled them up by the roots because they have a really dense root system. Other volunteer opportunities that we did were more cattail removal, and we also worked with invasive Japanese knotweed at Jacobs Nature Park. This one was a little more aggressive. We had to use a shovel to dig up the root system because it is the same. It has a really dense root system that outcompetes everything. We also worked at Buffalo Mountain Park doing park maintenance. We cleaned up Harrison Pavilion for a community walk with the mayor that the naturalist we were working with was going to host. So we were sweeping up the pavilion, picking up trash along the trails, as well as getting rid of any spider webs or anything in the pavilion. Another thing we did were some student nature write-ups. These were posted in Jacobs Nature Park, and we each got a month to do. Mine was December, and I talked about the yellow-bellied sapsucker. The yellow-bellied sapsucker are unique to this area in the wintertime. They usually find themselves in 10,000 feet of elevation during the rest of the year, but during winter, they come here. They're feeding on sap in this tree right here instead of insects. Another one that I did was where do salamanders go in the winter, and salamanders actually hibernate during the winter. They lower their metabolic rate to where if you were to pick them up on the ground under rocks, they kind of look like they're dead, but they really just have a really low metabolic rate. Some skills and lessons that I learned. I now have hands-on work in the field that I'm interested in, which gives me a greater appreciation for nature and the people who nurture it. I'm also a lot more educated on facilities offered by our own city government, as well as natural phenomenon such as invasive species or the yellow-bellied sapsucker in the community. I now realize how many options are available from our city government that I was not aware of from before. Connie Deegan is the only naturalist in her department. She is who I worked under. She is responsible for organizing and providing public nature programs, maintaining trails in the local community, as well as offering affordable summer programming for children. She defines a naturalist as a person that goes out, makes sense of the natural world, and can communicate it to people who do not have a background in such. Since she is by herself, she receives all of the help that she can from volunteers, whether that be practicum students, service learning students from ETSU, just regular day-to-day volunteers, or inmates from the jail. I feel that this agency could be changed in a better way by spreading more word. In an interview that I did with Connie, she said that she doesn't typically try and reach out to people. She just doesn't have the funding. So better promotion of the agency as well as better funding would allow her to reach out to that, whether that be creating a website, a web page for people to know where to go, or just her putting it out in newspaper ads, just being able to have the funding to get the word out there. But all in all, I really enjoyed my experience with Johnson City Parks and Rec. I feel like I gained a lot of experience, not only for my career, but just me personally. I feel a lot more in touch with my community. So I'm very thankful for the opportunity from service learning. And that's all.